Welcome to today's episode where we dive into what it really takes to transform a brittle, reactive supply chain into something far more powerful, something agentic, intelligent, and continuously aligned to the real world. This is From Brittle to Brilliant, the Agentic Supply Chain. Most high-volume replenishment networks still operate the same old way. You plan first, and only afterwards do you check whether the plan is actually feasible. And that's where the chaos begins. You know the symptoms: midweek pileups, late tenders, expedites, detention, overtime, the whole cycle of avoidable stress. It's brittle, and the brittleness compounds. But what if planning and feasibility weren't separate steps? What if your system started by understanding constraints like dock capacity, carrier limits, lanes, receiving throughput, and built schedules that already avoid those problems? That's what an agentic, capacity-aware approach does. It flips the sequence and continuously rebalances before issues surface. When you make constraints visible before planning, everything changes. You dramatically reduce volatility, the real root cause of tender churn, detention, overtime, spot buys, and surprise costs. You convert last-minute heroics into predictable cadence. Priority shipments stay protected, and flexible volume is smoothly rebalanced. Companies adopting this approach typically see 3 to 5% lower transportation costs, 4 to 8 point boosts in first-round tender acceptance, 40 to 60% reduction in volatility, higher OTIF performance, and a meaningful improvement in sustainability metrics: fewer empty miles, better utilization, and less waste. Imagine being able to visualize exactly how your flexible volume moves day by day to stay under capacity. Instead of unexplained changes, you see clear labels, deltas, and the reasons behind every adjustment. Where you used to have 2 overcapacity days, now you have none. Where volatility was running at 8.6, it drops to 4.0. 16 loads get moved to the right places at the right times, and chaos disappears. Traditional planning runs weekly or monthly. You generate a static plan, lock it in, and then spend the rest of the cycle reacting to what breaks. An agentic supply chain replaces that batch mentality with rolling, continuous planning. Intelligent agents constantly monitor inventory positions, new demand signals, and capacity updates. They maintain a living plan, always feasible, always up to date. With solutions like LevelLoad, you get a stable 30-day forward replenishment schedule that automatically re-optimizes whenever something changes. It's not brittle, it's evolving, and it keeps everything in sync. Leveling lows doesn't just feel better operationally, it materially changes your numbers. You reduce spot buys, penalties, and overtime. You improve on-time performance. You increase fill rates. And you shrink Scope 3 emissions by using your network more efficiently. Most companies start with a 3 to 5% transportation savings, and with deeper optimization, many reach up to 10%. One of the biggest failures in traditional planning is that feasibility checks happen after the plan is built, when it's too late to avoid rework. Agentic AI moves feasibility upstream. Before publishing anything, it simulates constraints like carrier capacity, dock schedules, lane limits, and warehouse throughput. So the plans that come out are not theoretical. They're operationally grounded and ready to execute. This eliminates most back and forth and dramatically reduces the gap between planning and execution. Legacy systems react only after something breaks: a demand spike, bad weather, a carrier rejecting tenders. Agentic systems do the opposite. They detect early signals, simulate scenarios, assess trade-offs, and adjust allocations automatically. LevelLoad, for example, can re-optimize within minutes. It triggers earlier tendering, steadier schedules, and smoother carrier engagement. The result is a self-correcting network. Instead of scrambling, you stay ahead. Batch planning always creates midweek peaks. Your docks overflow, carriers get overwhelmed, and other days sit underutilized. Peaks create overtime, congestion, and unnecessary spend. Agentic AI continuously rebalances loads across the week. It redistributes volume proactively so transportation assets and warehouse staffing stay stable. LevelLoad equalizes shipment flow and eliminates the peaks that cause operational pain. For a truly efficient supply chain, planning, ERP, TMS, and WMS need to work together effortlessly. But in the status quo, plans are manually exported into ERP or TMS, often with delays or mismatches. An agentic system removes that entire layer. When a plan is finalized, the system automatically initiates execution, tendering, carrier bookings, inventory movements through APIs and orchestration layers. Cycle times collapse. Planners stop copying and pasting. Execution becomes instant. One of the most painful parts of supply chain planning is exception management. It's a tangle of emails, spreadsheets, and human triage. Agentic AI monitors execution continuously. Small timing mismatches get resolved automatically. Larger issues get escalated with clear context and recommended actions. Instead of noise, you get clarity. Instead of firefighting, you get guided, AI-driven decisions. Traditional systems are static. They don't learn, so mistakes repeat. Agentic AI learns from each planning cycle. It analyzes what worked, what failed, and the root causes behind each outcome. Through reinforcement learning, the system fine-tunes decision parameters, improving accuracy and efficiency over time. Each cycle gets smarter, not just faster. Visibility is often fragmented. Replenishment data lives in one place, transportation in another, carriers in another. This fragmentation produces suboptimal decisions. Agentic AI aggregates everything: transportation, inventory, orders, capacity, into one digital model. It replaces isolated decision-making with network-level trade-offs. Planners get a unified view of demand, supply, and capacity in motion. Most planners spend their days on low-value tasks, entering data, chasing carriers, resolving preventable exceptions. Agentic AI automates the tedious work. Planners shift into supervisory roles, reviewing agent actions, refining priorities, and managing relationships. It's higher productivity without giving up control. The grind disappears. Autonomy pays off. Agentic systems consistently deliver measurable, repeatable improvements. 3 to 5% transportation cost savings, higher OTIF, smoother network flow, lower variance, and fewer surprises. As the system learns, these improvements compound. For operations teams, LevelLoad means smoother flow, fewer fires, and a rolling plan that reoptimizes daily. For sustainability teams, it means fewer miles, lower emissions, and verifiable reductions tied directly to efficiency. For finance, it means predictable spend, cleaner accruals, and proven savings. Across the board, it delivers stability, clarity, and measurable performance improvement. Your network isn't underperforming by accident. It's underperforming because systems weren't designed to be agentic, but that's changing. The future is a supply chain that is continuously aware, continuously learning, and continuously aligned. A supply chain that moves from brittle to brilliant. If you want to see what that looks like in practice, this is the moment to start exploring the gaps your team can't see yet. Thanks for listening. If this sparked ideas about how your network could run smoother, cost less, and perform more reliably, don't let the conversation end here. You can take the next step by booking a quick call with Tom Moore, our CEO. He'll walk you through a deeper audit of your supply chain and help pinpoint the biggest opportunities for agentic optimization. And if you're looking for more resources, tools, and insights, you'll find plenty at provisionai.com. Until next time, keep moving your supply chain from brittle to brilliant.